But Ryan Hunt, COO and co-founder of Schloop, is now in the Element Wealth Studios. Ryan, thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Alex.
All right, so tell us about the company. I went to your website last night and took a look. You're in Meridian, right?
We are, yeah. We're in Meridian, Mississippi. We are a local and sustainable footwear innovation and manufacturing company.
How'd you come up with the idea to create and produce sustainable footwear? What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so for the past 12 years, we've also had a company called Algix that's based out of Meridian, and we've been on a mission to turn air and water pollution into a replacement for fossil fuels using algae. So algae has been a vehicle for us to use as a sustainable material. It's more environmentally friendly than fossil fuels. It's a renewable product. And for the past 7 years, we've been working with footwear brands all over the world to incorporate algae into their products to improve their metrics of sustainability. So the amount of CO2 removed from the atmosphere, the amount of water that's being cleaned, and we use that as a way to improve the overall impacts of the product.
How'd you get into this? What's your background?
My background's in physics and bioengineering at the University of Georgia. And when we went to go build a factory, we left Athens back in 2014. We moved to Meridian, and we built our first compounding factory there, producing the sustainable pellets that are, again, blends of algae and different polymers. And the algae gets shipped to the footwear brands. And so we learned over the past several years was that the factories that make shoes for all the brands that you've ever heard of, the vast majority of those, 90+% of those, are in China. In Vietnam. And so
Low-cost labor, I assume?
Low cost of labor, less environmental controls, a variety of reasons. But yeah, it's been there for several decades now. And so when we came to scale our material, we realized that we had to be, it wasn't like doing a deal with one of the brands directly was enough. You also had to go and do deals with, dozens and dozens of factories in China that are, Chinese owned, operated, managed. So that became a roadblock, really, between shipping and the trade wars and the tariffs and the COVID issues and the supply chain issues and the inflationary issues. All those have stacked up against us. And has been a major headwind. And so in 2021, we kind of made the decision that, if we're going to be successful at this, we've got to take control of the supply chain. Yeah. And so that kind of sent us down this path of being able to design, prototype, and manufacture our own footwear. Similar products that you'd find from other brands. In fact, our goal is to work with footwear brands and help them accelerate this transition to a more sustainable and local production, manufacturing supply chain. And so but when I say sustainable, we're specifically talking about ways that we can decrease the environmental and societal impacts of a product's manufacturing process.
Gotcha. Why Meridian? How'd you end up there?
It's a very good question. So it was a bit of chance and a bit of strategic alignment. We were looking for an area that was nearby sources of algae back in 2013, and we found that Meridian happens to be kind of in between the catfish farms of Alabama and the catfish farms of Mississippi. And we found some industrial real estate there, and we found that the community had economically depressed an environment, and so that allowed us to secure some funding from the SBA to basically build a factory and put people to work.
Wow. So not something you hear every day, that we're looking for a location close to algae. That's not very common on the lists of business needs when you're starting up a company. So I'm assuming then that the catfish farms produce algae. Obviously there's water there, but so is that just a byproduct of the farming process?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a unwanted byproduct, I would say. It's actually a nuisance.
And you have a process for harvesting that and then transporting that to the factory?
That goes back to my graduate work. We were in the early work of Algix was building mobile algae harvesting systems.
Wow.
Those systems have now been deployed beyond just catfish farms. We've done environmental restoration projects for lake cleanups. We've worked with utility companies that are using algae to clean their water more efficiently, using less energy. capturing CO2, capturing phosphorus, nitrogen, all the pollutants that wastewater treatment's supposed to fix. Algae does a really good job at doing that.
Okay.
So it improves the economics of the utilities, and so we're seeing a slow but a forward progress in utilizing algae as a technology that can improve the environment.
So it's win-win. In that particular, I mean, it's the ultimate form of efficiency, I guess, when you think about unwanted byproducts that are now being used as input raw material into another process to produce something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's
right.
the idea.
That's the idea. And so the algae is a solar powered process. Yeah. Sunlight activates photosynthesis in the plant in the algae, which is just single-celled plants.
Yeah.
So by using that biomass as a replacement for petroleum, we're in fact using solar energy to capture carbon and turn it into a replacement for plastics.
I got you. So you're cleaning the air at the same time.
Yes,
incredible.
Sir.
All right. So the next question I think I'd have to know about is what else can we expect this process to be used in manufacturing? Where else? I mean, shoes today.
Yeah, we've explored a lot of different avenues. Obviously, things like biofuels were one of the first areas that we were funded for by the Department of Energy back in the day.
Yep.
And that was kind of what started the research. But biodegradable packaging has been a hot topic, especially with all of the microplastic issues in the world.
Yep.
We've also been looking at durable applications. So we've been working with some automotive brands. Been working with not just footwear accessories, but also like sports products. So water sports, traction pads for surfboards. We've done grips for bicycles and trekking poles. And so there's any sort of rubbery type material we can incorporate the algae into and replace a percentage of the total fossil fuel based material. But at this point, it's not 100% yet, unfortunately.
Okay.
We're trying to get there, but it's going to take some time.
Maybe sort of flexible and pliable.
Has to be flexible, has to be pliable with the type of applications that we're going after.
Well, this is great because this is something we talk about on the program all the time. This is just human innovation, solving human problems and creating value for society at the same time. Well, that's the idea here.
And so when we looked at the Schloop concept, one of the really important things was that, we have a product, a commodity that we all put on our feet every day.
Sure.
And none of it's made really here in the U.S. 90+% is made abroad.
Well, that's the other benefit.
And so if we can go through and help improve the supply chain and help streamline the process and help reduce the amount of time it takes to design a product and make a product and get it shipped here, that's a win-win for the brands and for the consumer.
No doubt.
And so that's one of our big goals with the Schloop factory is demonstrating the process and demonstrating the capability that we can actually make these products here in the U.S. We don't have to be reliant upon cheap labor in other countries. And we can make products that are beautiful. We can make products that are very durable and that are interesting. It's not just necessarily the same old stuff that you see on the shelves. We can take more risk because you're not having to buy a whole 40-foot container of that at one time.
Coming across the ocean.
Yeah, so you can
expensive too.
Yeah, so you can start with smaller amounts and you can start with something that So for us, what we're opening, we hope, is allowing access to this platform for the medium to small brands.
I see.
The big brands, they've got the power, they've got the supply chain, they've got the capital, they've got the resources, they've got the history. But to break into this market as a new company, as a startup company, or as a new brand, it's very challenging. And we've been down that road before, and we saw the challenges, we saw the hurdles, and we also saw how getting a sustainable product in was not so easy.
Yeah,
and so
no doubt.
We're hoping to accelerate that and really facilitate that for our customers.
We're out of time here, but where can you buy the products?
So right now you can go learn more about our factory at shloop.it. It's SHLOOP.IT. And right now, we're only selling to brands and to retailers. So you can't buy direct from us yet, but in the future, we will activate that.
Okay. One final question before you go.
Yes,
How many
sir.
employees do you have?
We have 19 employees now. So we're growing fast.
You're growing, I assume, right?
We're growing, yeah. We hope to have about 50 to 60 in the next 12 months or so.
Got it. Congratulations. Great idea, and thanks for coming to Mississippi. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. We're coming right back with more in the Element Wealth Studios. Half an hour left today. Stay with us.